welcome back. So this is going to be my April wrap up. I actually did really good this month. I think I read 9 books, so I'm actually really happy with that number. It was actually a really good reading month for me. I hope that in May I can do the same thing, or at least get close to around there. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first book that I read was Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I absolutely positively love this book. I gave it 5 stars and I read it like in a week. Oh my goodness, it is so good. I think I'm actually going to do a review of this on my channel. I posted a little written review on Goodreads, so if you want to see my initial thoughts, then you can go over there. That'll be down in the description below. But yeah, this book, whew, I love the characters, I love the plot, I love the premise, I love everything about it. Like, I was blown away. My only regret with this is that I didn't read it sooner. I've been putting this off for years because I didn't think it was going to be good or anything like that, and oh my goodness, I was so wrong. I apologize 120%. But yeah, I just love this book, and hopefully I can get a review out to you guys soon. Then we have Lovely War by Julie Berry. This is another book that I really loved. Oh my goodness, I read it at the same time that I read Six of Crows, and I read it like in the week as well. This book was so good. It was like an emotional roller coaster, and that's like saying something for me, because I don't particularly like historical fiction or anything like that, but I decided to give this one a shot, and oh my goodness, it is so good. This one kind of surprised me. Like I knew I was gonna like it just from the first few chapters that I read. But it's kind of like where the crawdads sing, how I don't particularly like that setting or that genre particularly, and then I read it and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, this one I gave 5 stars too, and I think I did a review on Goodreads. I'm pretty sure that I have. Yeah, I have. So yeah, I think I'm also going to review this one as well here on my channel because I just loved it so much. Oh my goodness, so good. So good. Then we have Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs. This is the 3rd book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I just decided to get this one off my shelf because it's been sitting there for so long. Like, it's not even funny. I think it's been like over like 2 years. Like, whenever this came out in paperback, I got it, and then I never read it because I had waited so long. So I just decided to listen to this on Audible. I like this book just fine. I give it 4 stars. I like the setting a bit more than previous settings. It takes place in like this like Hellgate, I think that's what they call it, a Hellgate type place, and it's just like, you know, the worst of the worst go there. So yeah, I like that setting. I don't think I'm going to be continuing with this series. I think there's a 4th and 5th book, but I think I'm just going to stop at the original trilogy. I liked it just fine, but there's nothing really like urging me to continue, if that makes sense. So I wasn't disappointed in this book, but it didn't do anything special for me, if that makes sense. And I Darken by Kirsten White. This book, I gave it 4 stars. I actually liked it. It's not my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. It's so weird for me. The chapters rotate between Lada and Raju, and those are the siblings and, you know, the main characters. And I didn't like Lada at all, and I understand that she's supposed to be like Vlad the Impaler, so I understand that aspect of it and like that ruthlessness, but I just didn't like her character at all. And I think I'm gonna do a review of this. If you guys want me to, let me know down in the comments below because I'm kind of on the fence right now. But Radu I actually really liked. He was my all-time favorite. I think I liked it enough to get the sequel. But yeah, I'll probably just wait till Book Outlet gets the sequel in paperback. They have it in hardback, but I don't want to, you know, mess up the theme that I have going on here with the paperback. So yeah, I'll probably just wait. I don't think, like, I'm interested in it, but I don't think I'd be willing to spend, you know, the full price for the sequel. But yeah, this one I liked. Wasn't my favorite simply because one of the characters I just didn't like in general, but at the same time, another character I actually really liked. I like the setting and the premise and the plot and all that. So yeah, Magonia by Maria Headley. Ooh, this book. This one was supposed to be one of those books where I just read it for fun. You know, I didn't know anything about it. I'm just like, let's just try something new. I actually began to mark. I don't know if you can see that really well, but I decided to mark some way through just like some major like things that I saw. I wasn't going to do a review of this, but after reading it, I now feel the need to do a full tale review on this book because it was so weird. I'm almost tempted to buy the sequel to this just so the weirdness can continue. I might actually do that. Yeah, this book, I think I gave it 3 stars. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm so split between this because the ideas were super cool. It's just the execution wasn't there. It's almost like The Handmaid's Tale. You know, the idea is super cool, super well developed. You know, I love it. And then the execution just like falls flat, and that's kind of what happened here. But this book was like a roller coaster. Like, I found myself wanting to read this book a lot just to see how much weirder it would get. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to do a review of this soon. And I might get the sequel. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet, but I most likely will because my goodness. Emperor of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. This is the 3rd and final book in the Empire series. I forget what it's called. Broken Empire? I think it's called the Broken Empire series. This book, I am conflicted. I think I give it 4 stars. I listened to this on Audible because, again, just like Library of Souls, this has been sitting on my bookshelf for far too long and it just needed to be read and be done with, and yeah. So, Prince of Thorns is still my favorite out of this trilogy. This one, I'm very conflicted over. Granted, some of that is my fault because I had waited so long to continue, so I didn't remember really any of the characters because I didn't like reread King of Thorns. So yeah, that was kind of my fault in terms of that confusion. But some things, especially the end, just kind of confused me. I don't think I want to do a review on this unless you guys really want me to, but yeah, I was just kind of, you know, this one was good. I liked it. Good, I liked it. It was kind of a strong ending to the series, but also a confusing ending to the series. But it kind of worked because that's how the other 2 are, kind of. You know, and I couldn't see this series ending another way. So yeah. Onyx and Ivory by Mindy Arnett. This book, this was actually one of the books in my book haul, book outlet, book haul that I was most excited to read. I really was excited to read this one. I gave it 4 stars. I don't know what to think of it. Like, a lot of the reviews on Goodreads that, like, you know, the people didn't particularly like this book, they say it was slow. And yeah, it is a really slow book, but I kind of don't mind that if there's enough, like, character moments and character building, and I felt like there was. And I really liked the characters, especially Corwin. I actually really liked Corwin. I think I'm gonna read the sequel. Yeah, I don't know if I want to wait for it to come out onto Book Outlet or if I should just go ahead and order it off of Amazon. I'm not sure that department. I still need to think about it and figure it out because the ending it kind of, it's not a cliffhanger, but it kind of wants you to be like, oh, what's going to happen next, if that makes sense. But yeah, this was a pretty solid read. It was kind of slow, but, that was actually okay. I didn't mind the slower parts, but I can see how people wouldn't like the slower parts, especially because this is a YA fantasy, and most YA fantasies are just action, 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 action. Whereas this one was slow, and then the last third of the book was, pretty fast and all that. So yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with this one too. You by Caroline Kepnes. I don't know how I feel about this book. If you've seen any of my other videos, you knew or you know that I was really, really, really excited for this book. I could not wait to read this book. I gave this 4 stars. I'm not going to read the sequel. I don't really feel like reading the sequel because I was told that it doesn't have the second POV, and that's what kind of made this book so special, was the POV. And yeah, so yeah, I'm just strictly gonna stop with this book. The only kind of way I can think to describe it was a stream of consciousness, if that makes sense. I felt like there was a lot of thinking, and then dialogue slash action, and then thinking, dialogue slash action. So sometimes it would take you completely out of the scene because he would be, thinking so much. Sometimes it actually really worked to his benefit because he was thinking about Beck and, all that kind of stuff. So that the creepiness actually really got off. I felt like there were kind of some unneeded scenes in here that could have been cut out. Like, it didn't really go anywhere unless, it takes somewhere in the sequel. But I just felt like it was like one random event after another random event after another random event. I honestly think that TV show kind of handled this better, and that it felt more concise and, that kind of stuff. This one seemed a bit jumbled, and at times it was kind of hard to follow because you would be thinking so much and you forget what was going on. But yeah, I actually really liked this. The creepiness was there. I was generally creeped out. So congratulations with that. Yeah, there's nothing much else I can say to this book. I can see why people dislike it, and I can see why people love it. And I'm just one of those people in the middle. Like, I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. I'm just kind of there. And it's like, yeah, it was good. Everybody Always by Bob Goff. Now, if you watch my previous videos, you know that I was reading this like one chapter each morning, and I really had no intention of finishing this month. Little did I fail to realize how short this book actually is, and that it is indeed possible to read a chapter a morning and finish this book in a month. I thought this was going to take longer. I'm not very smart. I gave this book 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I recently ordered his other book. It's called The Lovely Does, I believe. For those of you who don't know, this is like a devotional type book, and he takes his experience from life and he applies it to Christianity and that kind of stuff. So I actually really enjoyed this book. I really loved it. I'll probably reread this throughout my life. I know I'm going to take it with me when I go off to college and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I highly recommend this for everyone because I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was my April wrap up. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. I had fun making it. I had a bunch of fun reading these books. Let's shoot for another goal. In March, we did 8 books. In April, we did 9. May, hopefully, we can do 10 or something along those lines. That'd be really fun. I think I'm going to get around that same number for May, so fingers crossed 100%, because I'm going to need it, because recently I've fallen into the tiniest bit of a reading slump, and it's not good. It's not good because I'm excited for these books, and it's just kind of you know. So yeah, hopefully I can get out of that. I can continue to read. For the most part, I really enjoyed all these books. The lowest rating one that I gave was like 3 stars, and even that one I thoroughly enjoyed reading. So yeah, this month was actually a really good month for me in terms of reading. Hopefully the next month will do the same. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't followed me on all my social media, such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, then please do so. It would mean the world to me. All those links are down in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!